everybody, Kate from Darn Good Yarn here. So I'm going to show you a really cool technique to thicken up, or as I like to call it, chunk up some yarn. So I have some of our worsted weight yarn, and before I show you my trick, I just kind of want to show you what a regular, like simple chain of this looks like, so that when I show you the chonky version, you can actually see a difference. All right, so just one chain of our worsted weight yarn looks pretty much like this. All right, so the first thing you have to do is you have to make an S. I always like to put my ball of yarn to my right, and then I will make a little S with my yarn. You bunch it together and you make your knot with the working strand of yarn on your right side. And then you're going to make a slip knot, or any kind of knot really. I know I'm not a big fan of slip knots. All right, perfect. So you can see now we're going to have 3 strands of yarn. There's going to be the working strand, and there's going to be this like little lasso. So I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to make a few quick chains. This may be a little tight because this crochet hook is a little too small for this thickness. It was perfect for the plain worsted weight, but now that we're a little chonky, the first one might be a little tight. There we go. Now she's loosey-goosey. And as you can see, the chain is definitely chunkier. Look at that bad boy. Now these 3 distinct strands, there's one working strand that's attached to the ball of yarn, and there's one like little lasso. So once you've gotten to the end of this 3 strands, to make more, you take your lasso, you're gonna take the working yarn, and you're going to pull it through. Just pull it right through that little lasso. Now what you do is you're gonna grab the lasso and kind of pull the yarn together. So you're making 3 strands of yarn again. So essentially, while you're building up your project, you also have to stop every so often to put your yarn through that lasso to make more 3-stranded yarn, or chonky yarn as I like to call it. Right, here's a better view of the lasso. So you'll see one working strand attached to the ball of yarn or cake, whatever, and then you'll have the lasso. So to make more, put your fingers through the lasso, pull the yarn on through, and then squish it down. Here where you've ended the last lasso, you'll see like a little attachment. It does not affect the yarn at all. So remember those few stitches I showed you at the beginning? This is the same yarn, but now this is with the thickening technique. So it's nice and thick and chunky. And again, once you get to like the end of your lasso, you can just push the yarn through. Come on, baby. Push the yarn through and tug. This would work better if I had a beautiful yarn bowl. Thankfully, I work at a place that makes yarn bowls. And then you pull it down, and then you have your 3 strands. I think it shows off the colors a lot better. Also, it shows off the sparkle a lot better. And that is pretty much it for my chonky yarn trick.